News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
The first legal challenge to a Trump executive order. With the 2:30 report, I'm Sean Gallagher. Breaking now. A federal judge in Washington state temporarily blocking President Trump from moving forward with his plans to reinterpret the 14th Amendment in an effort to limit birthright citizenship.
The 83-year-old Reagan appointee who heard the initial argument on the president's executive order said in his 4 decades on the bench, he can't recall a more clear case. Judge John Kuhnauer called Trump's move blatantly unconstitutional, and he swiftly issued a restraining order to block it. The president has aimed to prohibit the issuance of passports and social security numbers to children born to immigrants here illegally or on visas, starting next month.
ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy. Now the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Southbound 471 is closed off for bridge repairs. That between 71 and the Bellevue exit. That is expected to remain closed into March. On westbound 275, construction closing the right lane on the Kentucky side. That's near the Kentucky-Indiana state line for repairs to the Carroll-Cropper Bridge. And southbound 275 on the Indiana side, down to 1 lane on the Carroll-Cropper Bridge for those repairs. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
The warmest we've been in a while this afternoon as we get close to that 30-degree mark. We do have a quick chance for some snow as well this afternoon, but not looking like anything too major. Tonight, it gets cold again. We drop down to around 10 degrees before you only hit the low 20s on your Friday. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
And radar at this time is showing a cloudy sky. It's 31 degrees. 2 big names in music will play Cincinnati this fall.
They're not strangers to the market, but to have them together on the same show one night, magic.
Barry Gable with the promoter Live Nation joining the Bengals visit Cincy, and the county announcing that Rod Stewart and Billy Joel will perform the same night here at Paycor Stadium. It'll be Saturday, September 20th. Tickets starting at $63 plus fees. Rod Stewart was last in town in 2022 at Riverbend. Billy Joel, last in town, played Great American Ballpark in 2021. From Paycor Stadium, I'm Matt Reese. News Radio 700 WLW.
As expected, Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost officially announcing today his run for governor in 2026. Yost seeking the Republican nomination as Governor Mike DeWine is term limited. Former Ohio Director of Health Dr. Amy Acton previously announced her run for the Democratic nomination for governor. The Bengals making it official, announcing the hiring of Al Golden as the new defensive coordinator. Golden spent the last 3 seasons as defensive coordinator at Notre Dame, as the Fighting Irish are coming off a season in which they reached the national championship game. In 2020 and 21, Golden served as the Bengals linebacker coach. NFL awards, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow named a finalist for Most Valuable Player and also Comeback Offensive Player of the Year. Wide receiver Jamar Chase, a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year, and defensive end Sam Hubbard among the finalists for Defensive Player of the Year. Checking Wall Street, the Dow is currently up 341 points, but the NASDAQ down 44, the S&P up 13 points. Our next update is at 3 o'clock. I'm Sean Gallagher, News Radio 700 WLW.
700 WLW Cincinnati. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 700 WLW, an iHeartRadio station.
Playoffs, we're talking about playoffs. You bet we're talking about playoffs and all the actions on DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the National Football League. Scoring a touchdown is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings. And the #1 place to bet on touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick now. It looks as if the Chiefs are a 1.5 favorite this Sunday. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code 700WLW for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after the issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
I had a quick question for the cowboy. I was just wondering, after I heard that new UDF commercial, can you really eat 6 scoops of ice cream like it's nothing?
I ate 8.
8?
8.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Oh, man, that's amazing. But, hopefully this weather clears up. Hopefully we get to hear you guys on the radio tonight.
Yeah, hey, just so you know, Shane, that ain't no bull.
All right, man. I believe you then.
All right, partner. You can come,
all right, thanks for
come with me sometime.
It's the equivalent of Johnny Bench holding 5 baseballs in his hand, you eating 8 scoops of ice cream in one sitting.
Well, the thing about it is I love that ice cream, and I've got it figured out now. The best way to put it inside that cup where the richness doesn't make me so full by the time I get to the bottom of the cup. I'm telling you, by putting that mint chip on the top, it kind of keeps it fresh, and it kind of floats down to the sides, and you don't get all bloated while you're eating it.
That, to me, sounds like a system.
I got a system.
All right.
If I could apply that to my trivia, I'd be all right.
Hello. Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Oh, you bonehead. Oh, right, guys.
Rocky, are you getting ready?
For what?
September 20th.
Baseball.
I thought you meant Rod Stewart and Billy Joel.
You going?
They're pretty old, aren't they?
I should say, what is the median age of those two? 78?
One's 75, one's 80.
So 78?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I thought it was going to be, Tiff had reported that it was going to be
Beyonce?
Morgan Wallen.
He'd be big.
It's big, but
How about
does that
Beyonce?
mean they couldn't get him, or he didn't, or they thought this would sell more?
It was Jelly Roll.
I like Jelly Roll. I like to roll my jelly.
You seen his old lady?
No, I
Not
haven't.
bad.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Just saying.
Take it easy.
Not in safe harbor,
Take
like
it
Kid
easy.
Chris.
Listen.
Richard Todd.
Well, it's Billy Joel. He's 75, and
This is a great song right here.
It's a great. Hot Legs is 80, and also that day segment tells me Reds versus Cubs
and Oktoberfest
simultaneously.
Boom.
Go get your parking spot now.
Stay
in
there
downtown and stay there till September.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because
Thanks.
in a similar fashion, you were talking about the viewership numbers of the college football national title
Segment was
game.
ripping on Notre Dame.
I have the internal numbers from
yes,
ESPN.
You were. You said it was the third lowest viewership ever.
That's what it was.
So it's exactly right.
See?
22.1 million viewers.
How many? 23?
It peaked at 26.1 in the second quarter. And, of course, Ohio State extended their lead to like 24. And it came back.
31-7, wasn't it?
So why do you think the numbers were so low? I have my opinion.
Well, there's no one from the West Coast, no one from the South, no one from the East Coast. It's a Midwest kind of a
You're
thing.
forgetting the big one. The Trumpster. It was Inauguration Day.
That's another
I think there
issue.
was, my opinion.
I was watching the inauguration.
Stupid to put it on that day.
A lot of people were wanting to watch, even women, they want like the balls and the gowns and all that sort of stuff. Even my wife was like wanted to switch over. I'm like, no.
And watch the gowns.
So,
Melania Trump, if this was a Democratic president with the beauty of the women around Donald Trump and the gold and the glory, this would be the Kennedy
It'd be
era.
Camelot
It'd be
2.0.
Look at this
How
family.
about in the Daily Mail, Kamala Harris is blaming the old man
See
for
this?
the loss in the election.
Doug Emhoff. What?
Blaming the Big E.
Said
And her marriage
What do you
is
say?
apparently
You
in
point your finger at
shambles.
someone, there's 3 fingers pointing right back at you.
She claimed that Doug Emhoff's revelation about knocking up the babysitter and the fact that he sexually assaulted some woman in Nice, France, hurt the campaign at a critical moment.
Couldn't have helped.
But wasn't
I didn't
positive.
do that. You
Wasn't
didn't do that.
positive. Not a
He
positive.
did it. What else do you think for the low note? Because I mean, everybody would have said that Notre Dame, Ohio State, that's the matchup. All the execs wanted this and that. I think the season's long.
It's another one. You start at the end of August, and here we
now
are.
you're going to get 16 in there next year, right?
Next year
No,
we
it's
got
14.
14,
but
okay,
they're going to
14.
change the format.
They got so Joel Klatt, who works for Fox, now ESPN, he had a great idea. Take the Army-Navy game, okay? Because now it's on its own designated weekend. It's the only game. Move it from the end of the season to the beginning of the season. Kicks off the whole season, the hoopla, the pageantry, all that. College football is back. Boom. Army-Navy is a standalone game right at the opening of college football. I think that's a great idea.
Especially when the Trumpster walks on the field.
Right.
They'd be going nuts. I don't know. but-
That move the season back a week or two. In addition to that, and start playing the bowl games like in the playoff game, like right after the season. There's like a 2.5 week layoff
much
kind of
going
thing.
on.
So,
I don't know.
but I think it was unfortunate that it fell on the inauguration day. But that certainly had something to do with it. In
You
my
got
opinion.
the potato bowl, and you got the
Salad
gator
bowl.
bowl, and the salad bowl, and all that stuff in
the bowl.
between.
Toilet bowl.
You did the bowl, Pop-Tart bowl.
Yeah.
You should have done that one. You could have brought Pop-Tarts back.
We got plenty
True.
of food
The
here.
trophy
segment.
had a toaster on it.
I saw it. I did the military bowl. It was actually a great game.
Yeah,
One of the highest rated bowl games that,
Now,
that
there's
we
a
had.
report out of Columbus that their star wide receiver for
Jeremiah
the Buckeyes,
Smith.
number 4, is going to go into the portal and sell his talents to the highest bidder to maybe stay at Ohio State, but he wants millions and millions to stay.
It's not the worst plan. He's already got the ring. Okay.
Money. Needs
So
the
he
money.
needs the money.
and everything.
Right? Look, I'm a college football national champion.
I
You
can't go
take
to the
that away
pros
from
for
me.
two more years.
Yeah, so maybe, and if there's questions about who the quarterback's going to be, maybe it's Julian Sand, maybe it's a couple other guys they mentioned, but maybe do you go to Texas, and if you like Quinn Ewers and you think his experience.
How much do they pay for Smith?
I bet you they have a lot.
All of it. It all goes.
I bet you they pay more than any other SEC team.
Oh, back to Miami, back to the Hurricane. He played there, all state twice.
He did?
Miami, I think
That's
he did.
where
No, he didn't.
the Georgia guy went, right? The quarterback Beck.
Yeah, Carson Beck went
Yeah.
there. He wouldn't go to Miami because he wouldn't want to play for him.
But how about
Never did.
Texas?
Texas.
With Arch. How much money? And he's got 2 years.
Quinn's
he can't
back,
go to the pros.
right?
Yeah. Allegedly. I
don't know.
I think so. And Ewers is going. And then this kid ought to
I
be able
wonder
to go.
if he went in the draft, he would be a top 5 pick, if not a top
Isn't it
2
wong he
pick.
can't go to the draft right now?
Right, you have
he's
to
a
have
man.
3 years of
He's an adult.
service in
Why
the-
not 1 year?
Because the NFL or the college and the NFL has always made the case.
They want
the,
more
the
man.
rigors of the job.
But now they're playing
Not like
16
college
games anyway.
basketball.
Exactly. To me, that's a problem. Playing 17 games, a potential 17 games to win the national title, that is a ton.
You ready for a big
They
question?
need to eliminate the conference title games.
Are you ready
Other
for
than Clemson, no team helped themselves
Yeah,
by
no,
playing the
that's
title
money.
game. It's
That's
exactly
M-O-N-E-Y,
right.
though.
That's
Money.
exactly right. That's
The
why
great
it'll never
salad of
go away.
salvation.
Are you ready for the big question?
Hit me.
What's in more difficult waters right now, UC football or UC basketball? Scott Satterfield or is it Wes Miller? Who's in more trouble?
So I follow UC football a little bit more than I do basketball, but it seems like the basketball program is underachieving bigly.
Big.
as Trump would say.
What's the guy's name? Squiggly? Who's the star player for UC segment?
Jizzle James.
Squiggly. It's Edgerrin James' son. Correct.
Not good. Anyway, the UC Athletics right now is in serious.
How about Xavier? I actually watched that game.
I watched that.
They were up by like 15
16
at half, right?
points and lost in overtime.
I turned it back on. I was like, what the hell's going on?
That was their game to win. Rick Pitino.
Damn. I don't know. Still getting her done.
He's got an Italian sausage. I know that. He loves that. Say, give me some sports.
Willie, the Stooge Report is a proud service of your local Tempstar. Heating and air conditioning dealers. Tempstar. Quality you could feel on the east side. Call Clements Heating and Air, 937-444-4401.
Sports! He walks across the court in Indianapolis. Seg and I are there. He walks across the court to me and says, "What the hell are you doing here?" I said, "I'm here to watch a basketball game." I said, "What are you doing here?" "I'm here to coach." I said, "I got your cutout." What happened to Rick Pitino cutout? What happened to it?
You used to have it, yeah. You used to be in the old studio.
Rick?
I don't know. Somebody took it home or ripped it up.
He's in 1530.
What's he doing there?
Get him back in here.
Get him back in here. He's my guy.
We'll go down the hallway and get it while I read this.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go
Bengals update.
And I'm asking all university fans in this state, because enough's enough and everybody's tired of it. We need to get on with the important things in life, really some crucial things in life like basketball.
Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town, 13 convenient Northern Kentucky locations. They made it official, Rock, as Al Golden has been hired as the team's defensive coordinator. Joe Burrow, one of 5 finalists now for the MVP. He's also up for Offensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. Jamar Chase, finalist for Offensive Player of the Year.
The hell, it's there. It's not there.
Trey Hendrickson, the Sackmeister, is a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year.
He'll be talking, by the way, at the Deer Park Stag in about 3 weeks because he wanted to raise money for Deer Park, and I said, "Trey, it's okay."
He wanted to raise money for Deer Park?
Yeah.
How big a check you cutting him?
Can't say. Let's see. High school basketball, Kentucky Boys All-A Classic today. Pikeville over Brossard and Beechwood suffered a loss today. Speaking of Wes Miller, his show, 8:05 tonight, live from Tom Gregory's original Montgomery Inn, as the Bearcats open up a key Big 12 road trip starting Saturday night at BYU and then next Tuesday at the Utes of Utah.
Does Wes Miller know this?
Do they get in the tournament? Yes or no? Go.
No.
Seg.
No.
They got to start
Xavier. I think the only team.
No.
I think the only team's going to get in.
Louisville.
No, Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
And Miami.
Yes.
If Miami continues on what they're doing,
they won't.
They'll get in.
That's a MAC school.
Well,
it's not like the Big East.
Remember when you used to want Notre Dame to go to the MAC? Remember that?
Yes.
It seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
They don't belong in the MAC.
Thank you. After all these years, you find
Well, there was a rumor they were going to
nothing against the MAC, of course.
Devalue football and maybe go to the MAC. That was the rumor. No, it didn't happen.
No, I love the MAC.
I love the idea of those 4 buses coming in about 2 nights ago to South Bend. There were thousands of Notre Dame students and fans cheering the team. I love that.
Would that have happened at Ohio State?
No, they wouldn't throwing things.
They had a big crowd the other day when they came.
Yeah, they won it.
They lost.
If they had lost it,
right?
They broke down the gates of the stadium, the horseshoe, to go in. But if they would have lost that game,
they would have had.
What's
Ryan,
that say? Does that say anything?
Classless.
Ryan Day would have came back flying in coach.
You said it. I didn't.
South Bend, they were cheering and they were giving the thumbs up and everything, and the players a couple of them were crying on the bus because they were so loved by that fan base. Ohio State,
future is bright. They're gonna be good next year. They have, I think, maybe the top offensive line in the country once they get healthy.
Coach? Who's
they have the 2 running backs are back. Marcus Freeman.
He didn't take the Chicago Bears job.
He did not.
Who's
the quarterback going to be? C.J. Carr, Lloyd Carr's grandson, or do they go in the portal? What if Notre Dame pony up money to go to Jeremiah Smith?
What if Smith goes to Notre Dame?
Now we got action.
Instantly.
How much money will it take?
Instantly right in the conversation.
3 million,
now we got
4
action.
million?
I mean, supposedly Arch Manning was the highest paid quarterback, college football player last year at 5.2. But no one really knows. He didn't play. How about that?
Well,
what's he going to do? I mean, if Quinn Ewers comes back, he's got to go, so you got to play.
He announced he's going to the going to the pros. Ewers announced it. I'm in the draft, is what he said. He's got one more year left if he wants it.
He confirmed he's going to the draft?
Yes,
I know he was tossing him back and
forth. That's what he said. But
okay.
It's an issue of Texas doesn't want him back. The faithful are not happy with Ewers. Not happy at all.
Well, and they want Arch Manning.
They want Arch. So,
yeah,
see what happens. I'm glad Xavier's got rid of football. We're going to go osteopathic medicine. That's the way to go. Osteopathic medicine.
I'm telling you, they were going to start that program. I was going to be the coach.
Yes.
Remember that? That was a year or two ago?
I talked to Bob Colehap.
I talked to Bob Colehap.
He was ready to cut a check for you. Would he take $10 million? And I said, maybe.
Talked to Mr. Massa.
What Gary said.
He was interested.
Could have been the head football coach of the Xavier University.
The head musketeer.
I've been hitting your rear end up for some NIL. That's what I would have done. You too, Seg.
You too, Seg.
Donate. Put your money where your mouth is. Pony up.
Xavier basketball program to. I know Sean Miller can coach. We don't have somebody named, what's his name? Quizzle? Whatever.
Jizzle James.
That's him.
Was there any concern that if you started a football program at Xavier, it would take away some of the attention and money away from the basketball team?
Yes. Plus, the Big East doesn't have football. Maybe I don't think they have football. Do they?
No.
Division II school, maybe.
Ask Dave Lapham. I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, they want the basketball program to shine, and it's been a little rough. Last year got to the tournament. This year, not so good. But we know Sean Miller can coach. I don't think Wes Miller can coach. That's another issue.
I don't know enough about it.
Well, you don't want to say, do you? Don't want to say.
Can't say.
You got more numbers right there you want to share about Notre Dame?
Give me the numbers. Give me
the demo. What's the demo?
So overall, the inaugural year of the expanded college football playoff averaged 15.6 million viewers across 11 total games. Viewers consumed nearly 36 billion minutes of live college football playoff coverage. That's an increase of 63% over the previous
36 billion minutes?
36 billion minutes.
And Ohio State won every playoff game by more than 10 points. You aware of that?
Yeah.
They beat everybody by more than domination.
Like a redheaded stepchild.
Don't say redheaded around you. That's what
okay.
I'm told.
Let's see. This year's college football championship game ranked 9th out of 11 championship games.
Seg said it was one of the third worst. Segment.
That's what it said. Third lowest playoff title game viewership.
I essentially just said the same thing. It's 9th out of 11.
Oh, I thought you said 9 out of 11 on the positive side, on the negative side.
No, it's the 9th.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, are you ignorant?
What are you, ignorant?
It ranks,
you're not a very serious person over there.
You're ranking the top number 1 to 11. It ranks 9th, which is not great.
Not good. Why?
Told you.
Inaugural.
Inaugural.
I don't think it tired.
And the length of the season and the fact that if they can figure out a way to make the championship game on January 1st.
Now you're talking.
Then you do a number over 30.
Yeah.
Boom.
Big.
30 million.
But you got to stretch it out for all the money. Got the conference championship games, got all the rivalry games, got all that stuff. And I guess talk segment ahead about Notre Dame and the MAC. That's kind of off to the side right now.
You're going to shelve that for a
little bit for MAC. The MAC. Or maybe
I didn't say nothing about them. You were the one that says Notre Dame needs to go to the MAC.
Well, they'd dominate the MAC, wouldn't they? Maybe not in basketball, though. Travis Steele's got Miami going. And Notre Dame and men's basketball stinks. You aware of that?
Say you had more sports?
Nothing.
All right. What's on the big show today?
Rock.
So right out of the gate, how about this? We're going to talk to Patty Newberry. She wrote an article today talking about the potential holdups of the new Ohio bridge.
I hate to hear this about the snail darter
about
fish.
What?
Yeah,
there's 7 endangered mussels, 4 endangered bats, 2 threatened fish, 1 threatened bird, and a Virginia mallow, which is an herb, that are in threat of being extinct if they build your bridge that you want to make all your grubby money with. What about the fish?
What about the
mussels?
mallow?
What about the foliage?
Weren't you going to bring back Willie's in Covington as a truck stop?
Don't have a drive.
You don't care about the fish.
It was going to be the Kentucky Welcome Center, wasn't it?
The drive-through right there. It's just slow down a little bit and the wings go out the window.
Right.
But so we got a fish and a bush that are going to shut
7
down.
mussels, 4 bats, 2 fish, 1 bird or a mallow, and a partridge and a pear tree.
I'd like to give her a bird.
And we have PJ Street at 4:00 to discuss: is alcohol good for you? New studies, new research saying there's not one redeeming quality about alcohol. So should you drink it? Should you not drink
it? Wine?
No.
It's all bad.
We'll discuss it.
You see, women shouldn't drink alcohol.
Why?
And, because it's,
the clothes fall off.
Tequila makes their clothes.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of the song.
And if they get pregnant, they're told not to drink alcohol. If they didn't drink alcohol, they wouldn't get pregnant in the first place. Tequila makes their clothes. Am I right or wrong about that, Rock? You would know more about it than I do.
Get me out of the stooge report.
Segment. Get me on
Willie,
the
in honor
report.
of Thursday, that the temperature's going up
to 30. Thank God.
We leave you with the immortal words of the Stooge Report.
Brad Wenstrup will be the mayor of Cincinnati. Write it down. If I'm wrong, I'll bend over and kiss my own derriere.
That was when he ran against Mark Mallory. How'd that go?
Oops.
It worked out well for him, though.
He's a hero.
He's the best.
How about the mallow shrub? Is that the big thing, the mallow shrub?
The Virginia mallow, a perennial herb with white flowers, grows up to 10 feet tall. Potentially threatened, Seg.
I got your herb
because
right
you
here.
want to make money.
You want to make money on the drive-thru, Willie's in Covington,
Bye.
chicken wings on 700 WLW.
The recent wildfires that ravaged Los Angeles now account for one of the largest disasters in the history of our country. Now, iHeartRadio is bringing you an historic fundraising event.
The Fire Aid Benefit Concert.
Live in Los Angeles.
Donate today at fireaidla.org.
Join us January 30th.
Listen live to the Hit Nation station on the free iHeartRadio app, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern.
And show your support for the people in need in Los Angeles.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/radio. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well. And we've been doing just that since 1884. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank. Built on belief. Member FDIC.
Attention neuropathy sufferers. Amazing research has now shown that neuropathy symptoms can be reversed. One patient, Andrew, had constant burning and painful feet. But after just 2 treatments, he had a 50% improvement in his symptoms. He was able to sleep through the night and regain sensation. He now walks better, has improved balance, and has reduced his neuropathy medications. So call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300 to reverse your neuropathy without prescriptions or addictive medications. Left untreated, neuropathy can lead to foot, toe, or leg amputation. So don't wait. Call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300. The first 25 callers will receive a full exam and an in-depth consultation absolutely free. That's 513-866-7300.
Breathe easier in your home in 2025 with Zerorez Air Duct Cleaning. It's the only company I trust to clean my air ducts insanely clean. Mention me, Bill Cunningham. $50 off your next air duct cleaning. Use the promo code AIR50 when scheduling online. ZerorezCincy.com.
What do you think, Doc? Am I asking for too much? Like I walk in and she doesn't even know my name.
Haven't you been together for 10 years?
11.
And your girlfriend doesn't know your name?
Katie? No, I'm talking about my bank.
You deserve better. You can join General Electric Credit Union. Better rates, better service, a better experience. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility throughout the tri-state.
Don't get left out in the cold this winter with a garage door opener that's not working. Hi, this is Adam Weber with AE Door and Window. Install a Wi-Fi enabled garage door opener with a battery backup from LiftMaster and ensure you never get stuck outside. Learn more at aeDoorsales.com.
Chase Rumpke here for Driveway Dumpsters. If you've got junk, yard waste, or debris, let us help you get it out of the way. Always the perfect size, residential or commercial, at an unbeatable price. Call Driveway Dumpsters at 513-600-2637. That's 513-600-2637.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness. Beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef. And more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good. But bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Ohio businesses, here are the signs you've outgrown your finance and accounting software. Still doing manual work in spreadsheets, data all over the place, making it hard to get answers, taking months to close the books. Over 41,000 businesses have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite's your AI-powered business management system in one convenient suite, uniting finance, accounting, inventory, and HR. Smarter, faster business. Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/WLW. That's netsuite.com/WLW.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Jeep in Fairfax. Now recognized as the largest volume Jeep dealer in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Mike Castrucci Jeep is the #1 Jeep dealer in the tri-state. That's Mike Castrucci Jeep in Fairfax.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to 700 WLW. Also available on 94.5 FM W233BG Cincinnati.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
A court jams up Trump on his birthright executive order. This is the 3 o'clock report. I'm Matt Reese. Breaking now, it's a clear violation of the U.S. Constitution, according to a federal judge. That judge is temporarily blocking President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship.
In a packed courtroom, a judge in Seattle slammed President Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship as a, quote, blatantly unconstitutional order, end quote. In that lawsuit, Washington, Arizona, Illinois, and Oregon argue the executive order is a clear violation of the 14th Amendment. The judge said he could not remember another case as clearly unconstitutional as the one before him. It asked where lawyers were when President Trump's executive order was being written. And without much time to decide, the judge immediately signed the temporary restraining order blocking the executive order. Alex Stone, EBC News.
A check on the roads now. We have the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Red Bank Road, it is an accident over at Columbia Parkway. Another accident on Vine Street, this one north of Clinton Springs Avenue. Vehicle there into a pole. Southbound 75, traffic running slow between Ezard Charles Drive and Fort Washington Way. Facing about a 2 to 3 minute delay in through there. And on the Indiana side, southbound 275 is down to one lane. That is for repairs on the Carroll Cropper Bridge. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
Now, the latest forecast from the No Fear Dentist Weather Center. Advanced Dentistry. The thought of the dentist making you a nervous wreck? We're here for you. NoFearDentist.com.
As we move into the afternoon hours, temperatures will climb to right around 30 degrees. We also have a quick chance for snow, but nothing too major. Tonight, we drop down to around 10, so still cold, and you only hit the low 20s for your high tomorrow. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning Meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
We've reached 30 degrees right now in Cincinnati. This news brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. Republican Ohio Attorney General Davio says he's going to run for governor to try and succeed Governor DeWine. Former director of the Ohio Department of Health, Dr. Amy Acton, has already announced her campaign for governor as a Democrat. Latest on COVID in Ohio, Department of Health says today number of cases has apparently peaked, but people are still dying from COVID across the state of Ohio, 26 per week. Paycor Stadium going to be playing host to Rod Stewart and Billy Joel this coming September 20th.
We're not getting just one Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, but two absolute music legends. Coming to Paycor Stadium on Saturday, September 20th are the Piano Man, Billy Joel, and forever young Rod Stewart.
That's Julie Calvert with Visit Cincy making the announcement earlier today at Paycor Stadium, along with representatives of the Bengals and Hamilton County, and Barry Gable, who's the concert promoter with Live Nation.
Probably wind up selling anywhere between 45 and 50,000 tickets. That's the way those the shows will be set up.
Rod Stewart just turned 80 years of age this month. Billy Joel's going to be 76 years old this coming May.
700 WLW. sports.
Here's a Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town with 13 convenient Northern Kentucky locations. The Bengals have made it official today with the hiring of Al Golden as the new defensive coordinator. Golden previously served as the Bengals linebackers coach from 2020 to 21. Bengals Joe Burrow, one of 5 finalists for the NFL MVP, also Offensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. Jamar Chase, a finalist for the Offensive Player of the Year. Trey Hendrickson, a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. The NFL Awards show will be at the Super Bowl. Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
And checking Wall Street, hour from the close, the Dow's up 351 points. S&P 500's up 13. NASDAQ off by 49. 3:05, next news 3:30. Matt Reese, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Dan Horde for Exercise and Leisure. If your schedule keeps you from getting to the gym like me, save time with a home gym from Exercise and Leisure. From cardio to free weights and more, they'll create the perfect home gym for you. Since 1936, visit exerciseandleisure.com.
It's Allworth's new high net worth planning webinar.
So with the right option strategy, there's the potential to reduce the downside risk of a single stock by nearly 70%.
Don't miss top investment moves for high net worth planning. Register at allworthfinancial.com.
Rocky here. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have a low libido, it could be low testosterone. And nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. We all have different T levels, so don't settle for standard dosage. Look for a personalized treatment plan like the one you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Take your office productivity to the next level with modern office methods. Mom, your authorized Ricoh office technology dealer, has helped manage and streamline business for over 65 years. Start planning today with a free print assessment at momnet.com. Why risk it? You can count on Mom.
Hey, you guys, I'm Catherine Legg. I'm a racing driver who's literally driven everything with 4 wheels across the planet. And I've got a new podcast. It's called Throttle Therapy. This season, I'm gearing up to make history, competing in some of the world's most notorious racing events. Listen to Throttle Therapy with Catherine Legg on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Throttle Therapy with Catherine Legg and start listening.
Presented by Elf Beauty, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now.
All right, back with Ed and Rocky. And Rock, you know, we here in the big town have been craving a new bridge.
Yes.
The Brent Spence long been like that. When I moved here in 1979, people were talking about replacing it then.
Right.
That's incredible.
And it was designed to carry like 80,000 cars a day, and it's doing like 170,000 cars and trucks a day. And if you live and you work either on this side or the other side of the river, you know how important it is for transportation. But also, the stat I read is $417 billion worth of freight annually goes across that bridge. It's like 1/6 of the nation's economy travels that bridge every single day. But, Ed, will it be put on hold to save some endangered mussels, some bats, 2 threatened fish, a bird, and a fern. Will it all be put on hold for those things?
Well, let's talk to a person who wrote about it today in the InquireCincinnati.com. She is our good friend, Patricia Gallagher Newberry. And Patty, what do we know here? Is this thing going to be much of a bump in the road, or is it going to have to be addressed?
Nope.
I think we lost her. Yeah. All right, we lost her. But yeah, this. So
the bridge right now it's going to be a $3.6 billion
correct
overhaul. Okay, and what it's $1.6 billion coming from the federal government. The estimated total of $3.6 billion again.
All right, let's get to Patricia now. Patty, so what do we know about this? Is this thing going to be a major hump, or is it a tiny bump in the road?
I think it's more on the tiny end. This is a local group that has an agenda to reduce car traffic and to encourage people to find alternatives to car traffic. And so they're not fans of the project overall, in as much as it's going to bring 10 new lanes of traffic going over the Ohio River. And so they have raised, this is their third public campaign to raise concerns about the whole project. And this time they're looking at the, species that could be compromised during construction and after construction. So I think they're doing what they do, which is getting people interested and sharing their point of view on the whole thing.
So how much weight does this group hold? And I guess maybe more so in years past, have they been successful in delaying projects or stopping projects due to environmental concerns?
I'd say modestly. It's a smallish group. They run a number of different kind of public campaigns. They want to expand the streetcar as one example. On the Brent Spence, they've had two prior efforts. One was a complaint at the federal level about the bridge being a violation of civil rights because it impacts persons of color, persons in certain demographic categories, et cetera. They also had a federal lawsuit on the environmental questions in particular. Didn't feel as though the project had been thoroughly vetted on the environmental front. So, those two cases are still just pending. Those are going through the court system. But, they specialize in public campaigns to bring attention to transportation issues. Is it a big muscle group? No, it's a small group. It's a grassroots group. And most of their efforts seem to have, a handful of leaders, but, to their credit, they bring attention to topics that are interesting for the community to know about. When they did a big presentation on options for growing the streetcar, they packed an entire church. 200, 300 people showed up. So they get attention in that way. But is it going to derail this giant bridge project, this $3.6 billion bridge project? I would guess not.
So who are this group, any group, to have influence in life? You got to have money, right? So are there any major donors or backers of this group, big time business people or philanthropic people that have a lot of money and donate to these causes?
The group is affiliated with Duvu Good Foundation, which is based over in Covington. It's headed by Matt Butler. Matt Butler was in the hardware business, primarily bathroom hardware fixtures, high end, and is not in that business anymore. And so that's the primary funder. But, to your question, are there a bunch of deep pockets behind this? No.
So what are the next steps then? Do we have to sit there and listen? They have to make a pitch at a meeting here coming up, and then there's a vote, or what's the process here?
Yeah, so the issues that this group is raising on the environmental front about these particular species that could be harmed, the water, the Ohio River that could be, harmed by the construction and the aftermath of the bridge. There is a meeting at the end of the month. This Ohio Environmental Protection Agency is having a public hearing. also online on January 29th. The details are in my article at the end for anybody who wants to, avail themselves of that. And it's specifically to look at a water certification permit. And so, you can dig in and read all 600 pages if you want.
Nice. That's some good reading.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I did all the fun stuff. I had to read, I had to skip through more than 1,000 pages for this single story. But I'm pretty familiar with these documents, and I know how to do a Control F to find what I'm looking for. So end of the month, it's public hearing on the water certification permit, which spells out the various species that could be impacted as this thing goes forward. And, it's a relatively small number of species, but it's interesting, for folks who are interested in the environment and want to know more about what species live in the Ohio that could be displaced or harmed by the installation of a new bridge and the other work that goes along with it, point them to my article.
So we're talking to Patricia Gallagher Newberry from the Enquirer. So, Patty, these people do realize we're talking about the Ohio River here, right? This isn't a spring-fed reservoir
coming out of the mountains of Fiji
in the Swiss Alps.
Right.
There is all. Come on now, there's stuff in that river I don't even want to know about, let alone the ferns that grow there that might be in danger.
And the mussels and the bats.
Right, and the bats.
Yes.
We all know that the Ohio River is not, a luxurious,
correct,
clean,
that's
fresh,
not a spa.
Well put.
It's not spa water, but they say that the project will further degrade the quality of the water and the riverbed and so on. And it's just another. That's among the reasons why they don't support it, is because the construction will add to the degradation of the river.
So let me just ask you one final question. In your mind, and knowing what you know and reading all these things and on and on and on, how long before this bridge is done? Any idea?
Oh yeah, it's a 6-year schedule. When they actually start putting platforms out into the Ohio River, and then moving construction material out there so they can start putting down the pylons and so forth, that's going to take 6 years in total. Construction, we haven't actually had an official groundbreaking. It's supposed to happen sometime this year. We don't have a date yet, but we're talking 2032.
Okay, so 32-ish.
All right, so
yeah,
likely sometime this year, and then the day they send the first raft out with 2x4s out in the middle of the river, 6 years from that date.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
That's ambitious. I wouldn't bet on it.
Unless the funding goes away, which is a live conversation right now. We'll have something in the Enquirer tomorrow about it. One of President Trump's executive orders put funding for infrastructure projects in play. The question of, is he going to, pause funding? A story on that tomorrow.
All right, with that, we will let you go. Patricia Gallagher Newberry, we appreciate you talking to us.
Happy to be with you.
Thanks,
Thank
Patty.
you. I guess
you were right, though. I want to just concur with you that is ambitious to say 32. That thing's going to be we're driving across.
I hope that's the case.
I do
but
too.
I don't think it's going to be the case.
Yeah.
Now, look, I guess on the surface, I'm glad there's these groups to make people aware of just what's going on,
Sure.
as long as it doesn't gum up the works here. We've seen what radical environmentalism can do to California, right? They have all this water out there that diverted to the ocean because of the governor and the mayor and all these sort of stupid decisions were made to save a smelt, a fish. So I love the environment as much or more than anybody, but at some point you got to consider what people are living in, their working, their well-being, the well-being of people, and that bridge is a major viaduct in terms of getting business and everything done.
The country.
Yes.
Not just for us. We check in with traffic and weather. What is going on?
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal, it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Accident now cleared away on Red Bank Road. That was over at Columbia Parkway. On Vine Street, though, still seeing an accident. This one is north of Clinton Springs Avenue. Vehicle going into a pole there. On southbound 75, traffic slow. Ezard Charles Drive down to Fort Washington Way. That's a 5-minute delay right now. And on southbound 471, that's closed off. Bridge repairs from 71 to the Bellevue exit. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from a 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight. Maybe some snow showers, then partly cloudy overnight. The low of 12 for tomorrow. It's going to be partly cloudy. Afternoon sun and the high of 25. It is 31 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
It would suck if I was in a coma because I'd miss Mike McConnell.
If you were in a coma, you probably wouldn't care about the weather and traffic.
But he'd miss the news and sports.
And the investment news.
And all those McConnell laughs.
Starting your day getting the latest word and a healthy dose of my infectious Mike McConnell charm makes you feel good.
No comas for me. I want McConnell.
So tune in and get the goodness you deserve.
Coma-free is the way to be if you love Mike McConnell.
Mike McConnell, tomorrow morning at 5 on 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Miami Valley Gaming.
Live harness racing is back at Miami Valley Gaming Sunday through Thursday at 4. See you at the track at MVG.
Must be 21. Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline 1-800-589-9966 or visit org.ohio.gov. Ready to take a break? Visit timeoutohio.com.
Homeowners, it's time to start fresh in 2025. It's Eddie. Loan Pronto is here to help you take control of your finances by lowering your house payment and consolidating nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans starting in the low 5s. If your current rate's over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto. Lock in a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 513-800-1550, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on SingleCare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to SingleCare.com or download the free app today.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979 or biglou.com.
Metro is your way to go all over Hamilton County. Whether you're cheering on our hometown teams, grabbing a 5-way at your favorite chili spot, or heading up the hill for a night on the town, Metro makes it easy, affordable, and comfortable with 24/7 service on 7 key routes. More weekend options, increased frequency, and new buses loaded with free Wi-Fi and charging ports. Metro has elevated your transit experience. So why wait? Skip the traffic and parking and make Metro your way to go. Plan your trip today at go-metro.com.
With a grand in your hand, you could get professional throwing axes. Oh, or maybe something else. A grand in your hand, you could win $1,000. Listen for your chances to win every weekday.
Hi, Kevin St. Clair here with my wife, Alyssa St. Clair.
After 3 generations, we're proud to say that we are over 70 years strong.
We're just one big family, so give us a call and let us show you why we are your home's trusted problem solvers.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
The NWSL schedule is out, and play gets underway with the Challenge Cup on March 7th, featuring a rematch of last year's championship, the Orlando Pride versus the Washington Spirit. Regular season gets started the following week and rolls on for 26 match weeks. The league is introducing a new rivalry weekend scheduled for August 8th through 10th, and the regular season ends on November 2nd. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card, you earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase for your business with the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/SparkCash for details.
Eddie and Rocky coming up here at the top of the hour after our news. We'll be talking to our good friend PJ Street as we do every Thursday around about 4.
Yes, and the topic is going to be a controversial one. A lot of talk, a lot of discussion about alcohol. And is it good for you? Is it bad for you? A lot of people are saying there's a lot of doctors that come out and said there's no redeeming qualities. Right. Not saying not it's the worst thing in the world. Yeah, because it used to always be, well, a glass of wine's good or a moderate amount is good for you. No, it's a lot of the research, and we'll talk with PJ about it, but a lot of folks are saying there's nothing good about it. So how much should you drink? How much should you not? We'll get into it.
I know you, when you talk about going to a gym, you're always we were talking about the resolutionist coming into the first of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody wiped down the equipment.
That's right. Yeah.
How about this? Here's a girl, Hillary Nguyen of New York.